Welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to go over all of the playable classes that will be available on the official launch of Baldur's Gate 3, not just the early access. By the end of this video, I'm hoping that most of you will at least have an idea as to what class or classes you might be interested in playing. In future videos, I will dedicate an entire video to one or two classes specifically, so if you're interested in going into further details, stay tuned for that. If you guys end up enjoying this video, please subscribe, for there's much more Baldur's Gate 3 content on the way. Let's get right into it. The Barbarian. A barbarian's defining characteristic, regardless of what race you may be, is their rage, a power that fuels not just battle frenzy, but also uncanny reflexes, resilience, and feats of strength. To a barbarian, being strong is about embracing your animal nature keen instincts, primal physicality, and ferocious rage. They thrive in the wilds of their homelands, whether it be the tundra, jungle, or grasslands where their tribes live and hunt. A barbarian comes most alive when in the chaos of combat. They can enter a berserk state where rage takes over, giving them superhuman strength and resilience. Although this rage can only be channeled a few times without resting, those few rages are usually enough to defeat whatever threat arises. When playing as a barbarian, you will end up choosing between two paths: the path of the berserker or the path of the totem warrior. The path of the berserker is a path of untrammeled fury. As you enter the berserker's rage, you thrill in the chaos of battle, heedless of your own health or well-being. The path of the totem warrior is a spiritual journey, as you accept a spirit animal as your guide, protector, and inspiration. In battle, your totem spirit fills you up with supernatural might, adding magical fuel to your rage. If you play a barbarian, you will be naturally proficient in light armor, medium armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Simple weapons, for those who are unfamiliar, are weapons such as clubs, maces, and other weapons often found in the hands of commoners. Martial weapons are weapons such as swords, axes, and polearms, weapons that typically require more specialized training to use effectively. For your saving throws, you will be proficient in strength and constitution, and for skills, you choose two from animal handling, athletics, nature, perception, and survival. Now keep in mind, guys, that you may become proficient in more things in the game with your class. The proficiencies that I am stating are what you get at the foundation of the class you choose. Race, background, and just progressing in the game may allow for more proficiencies. The Bard. Whether a scholar, skald, or scoundrel, a bard weaves magic through words and music to inspire allies, demoralize foes, manipulate minds, create illusions, and even heal wounds. The bard is a master of song, speech, and the magic they contain. The greatest strengths of bards is their sheer versatility. Many bards prefer to stick to the sidelines in combat, using their magic to inspire their allies and hinder their foes from a distance. But bards are capable of defending themselves in melee if necessary, using their magic to bolster their swords and armor. Their spells lean towards charms and illusions rather than blatantly destructive spells. Bards become masters of the talents they set their minds to perfecting, from musical performance to esoteric knowledge. The bard is naturally proficient in light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. Later, as your bard progresses, you may be able to become proficient with medium armor, martial weapons, and shields. They are also proficient in some tools, which will most likely be 3 musical instruments of your choice in Baldur's Gate 3. For saving throws, they are proficient in dexterity and charisma, and for the skills, they can choose any 3 skills. The Cleric. Clerics are intermediaries between the mortal world and the distant planes of the gods. They strive to embody the handiwork of their deities, as they are imbued with divine magic. Their divine magic might be learned from formulaic prayers and ancient rites, but the ability to cast cleric spells relies on devotion and an intuitive sense of a deity's wishes. Clerics combine the helpful magic of healing and inspiring their allies with spells that harm and hinder foes. For foes who might benefit most from a mace to the head, clerics can depend on their combat training to let them jump into combat with the gods on their side. When creating your cleric, you will choose from one of 7 divine domains, which will be your subclass in Baldur's Gate 3. Your divine domain will essentially offer you more spells apart from your prepared spells list and offer you extra bonuses. The 7 domains are knowledge, life, light, nature, tempest, trickery, and war. An example of one of these domains would be if you choose the trickery domain, you will learn extra spells such as charm person or disguise self. If you choose the tempest domain, you will learn fog cloud, gust of wind, etc. I will go into details on subjects like these in future class specific videos. Clerics are naturally proficient with light armor, medium armor, shields, and simple weapons. Their saving throw proficiencies are wisdom and charisma, and for skills you will be choosing 2 from history, insight, medicine, persuasion, and religion. The Druid. Whether calling on the elemental forces of nature or emulating the creatures of the animal world, Druids are an embodiment of nature's resilience, cunning, and fury. Druids see themselves as extensions of nature's indomitable will. They gain their spells and other magical powers from either the forces of nature themselves or a nature deity. Playing as a druid will allow you to use a variety of spells aimed towards nature and animals, and also allow you to gain the ability to take on animal forms. When playing as a druid, you will be preparing spells and using wisdom as your spellcasting ability. There will be 2 druid circles to choose from as your druid progresses, the Circle of the Land and the Circle of the Moon, each of which offer different spells and bonuses. The Circle of the Land is more focused on spellcasting, while the Circle of the Moon is more focused on shape changing. Now guys, if some of the terms used in this video, such as prepared spells, proficiencies, etc., you do not understand, go back on my channel and make sure to watch some of the beginner's guides that will help you get a better understanding of the terminology being used in this video. A druid's natural proficiencies are light armor, medium armor, and shields, all of which will be non-metal based. They are proficient in clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears. For saving throws, they are proficient in intelligence and wisdom, and for skills, they choose 2 from Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, and Survival. The Fighter. As a fighter, you will have an unparalleled mastery with weapons and armor, and a thorough knowledge of the skills of combat. Whether a questing knight, elite foot soldier, royal champion, or hardened mercenary, your skills with weapons and combat will be respected as a fighter. Fighters learn the basics of all combat styles, and they are adept with shields and every type of armor. Beyond that basic degree of familiarity, each fighter will specialize in certain styles of combat. Some might focus on archery, while others focus on dual wielding, and some might even augment their martial skills with magic. As a fighter, you will choose a martial archetype, which are different approaches to perfecting your fighting prowess. The choices are Champion, which focuses on raw development of physical power, the Battle Master, which looks upon combat as an academic field, and Eldritch Knight, which combines the martial mastery common to all fighters with magic. There might be more available in the game, but these are the basics and will certainly be choices. As a fighter, you will be naturally proficient in all armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons. For saving throws, you will be proficient in strength and constitution, and for skills, you will choose 2 skills from acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival. The Monk. Monks are united in their ability to magically harness the magic energy that flows in their bodies. Whether channeled as a striking display of combat prowess or a subtler focus of defensive ability and speed, this energy infuses all that a monk does. If you choose to play unarmed, your unarmed strikes become deadly when channeled through the magic powers within the body. As a monk, you will end up choosing a monastic tradition. The Way of the Open Hand tradition will make you the ultimate masters of martial arts combat, whether armed or unarmed. The Way of the Shadow tradition will make you masters of stealth, and you may serve as spies or assassins. The Way of the Four Elements will focus your monk on harnessing the elements, whether it be a single element or weaving them all together. Monks are not proficient with any armor initially, but are proficient with simple weapons and short swords. They will be able to become proficient in one type of artisan tools or one musical instrument. For saving throws, they are proficient in strength and dexterity, and for skills, they choose 2 from acrobatics, athletics, history, insight, religion, and stealth. The Paladin. Paladins are united by their oaths to stand against the forces of evil. A paladin's oath is a powerful bond, a source of power that turns a devout warrior into a blessed champion. A paladin swears to uphold justice and righteousness and to stand with the good things of the world against the darkness. Although many paladins are devoted to gods of good, a paladin's power comes as much from a commitment to justice itself as it does from a god. The paladin prepares spells each day and will also take sacred oaths as he or she progresses. These oaths will bring about new spells as bonuses. The Oath of Devotion will give your paladin spells such as Lesser Restoration and Sanctuary. The Oath of Ancients will give spells such as Ensnaring Strike and Moonbeam. And the Oath of Vengeance gives you spells such as the Hunter's Mark and Hold Person. A paladin's natural proficiencies are in all armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Their saving throw proficiencies are wisdom and charisma, and for skills they choose 2 from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. The Ranger. Warriors of the wilderness, rangers specialize in hunting the monsters that threaten the edges of civilization. They learn to track their quarry as a predator does, moving stealthily through the wilds and hiding themselves in bush and rubble. Their familiarity with the wilds allow them to cast spells that harness nature's power, much like the druid does. Their spells, like their combat abilities, emphasize speed, stealth, and the hunt. You will choose a fighting style for your ranger, which can be archery, defense, dueling, or 2-weapon fighting. You will also at some point end up choosing a ranger archetype, the hunter or the beastmaster. The hunter's path will allow you to learn specialized techniques for fighting the threats that you face, from ogres to hordes of orcs to giants and dragons. The beastmaster archetype embodies an extraordinary friendship between the ranger and a special beast. A ranger's proficiencies are light armor, medium armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Their saving throw proficiencies are strength and dexterity, and for skills, you can choose 3 from animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival. The Rogue. Rogues rely on skill, stealth, and their foes' vulnerabilities to get the upper hand in any situation. They have a knack for finding the solution to just about any problem, demonstrating a resourcefulness and versatility that is the cornerstone of any adventuring party. Some rogues might focus on stealth and deception, while others refine the skills that help them in a dungeon environment, such as climbing, finding and disarming traps, or opening locks. With the rogue, you will choose a rogue archetype, which will be a reflection of your focus, a description of your preferred techniques. You can be a thief, which hones his or her skills in the larcenous arts, an assassin who focuses their training on the grim art of death, or an arcane trickster who enhances their stealth and agility with magic, learning tricks of enchantment and illusion. The rogue's proficiencies are light armor, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. They also have proficiency in thieves' tools. For saving throws, they rely on dexterity and intelligence, and for their skills, you choose 4 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. They are a skilled class. The Sorcerer. Sorcerers carry a magical birthright, some otherworldly influence or exposure to unknown cosmic forces. Magic is a part of every sorcerer, suffusing body, mind, and spirit with latent power that waits to be tapped. Some sorcerers wield magic that springs from an ancient bloodline infused with the magic of dragons. Others carry a raw, uncontrolled magic within them, a chaotic storm that manifests in unexpected ways. They do not rely on spellbooks like wizards, nor a patron like warlocks do, but instead they learn to harness and channel their own inborn magic. Different sorcerers claim different origins for their innate magic. Your magic might come from a draconic bloodline, which means your magic comes from draconic magic that was mingled with your blood and that of your ancestors. Or it might be wild magic, which is when your innate magic comes from the forces of chaos that underlie the order of creation. The sorcerer has no proficiency in armor, but is proficient with daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. Their saving throws are proficient in constitution and charisma, and for skills they choose 2 from arcana, deception, insight, intimidation, persuasion, and religion. The Warlock. Warlocks are seekers of knowledge that lies hidden in the fabric of the multiverse. Through pacts made with mysterious beings and supernatural power, warlocks unlock magical effects both subtle and spectacular. Warlocks are defined by a pact with an otherworldly being. The warlock learns and grows in power at the cost of occasional services performed on the patron's behalf. Their magic ranges from minor but lasting alterations to the warlock's being, such as the ability to see in darkness or read any language, to access to very powerful spells. Warlocks also supplement their magic with some facility at hand-to-hand combat and are comfortable in light armor and know how to use simple weapons. At first level as a warlock, you will strike a bargain with an otherworldly being of your choice, the Archfey, the Fiend, or the Great Old One. This will be your subclass in Baldur's Gate 3. If you so choose the Archfey, your patron is a lord or lady of the Fey, a creature of legend who holds secrets that were forgotten before the mortal races were born. You will gain more spells to your spells list, such as Sleep, Blink, and Dominate Beast. If you choose to go with a Fiend, you have made a pact with a fiend from the lower planes of existence, a being whose aims are evil. You will add spells to your list such as Burning Hands, Blindness, and Fireball. If you go with the Great Old One, your patron is a mysterious entity whose nature is utterly foreign to the fabric of reality. You will gain spells such as Dissonant Whispers, Detect Thought, and Telekinesis. As you progress as a warlock, you will gain eldritch invocations to choose from, which are fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with an abiding magical ability. Many eldritch invocations have prerequisites that need to be met before you can learn them, and many of the invocations are buffs/bonuses to spells that you have already learned. A warlock is proficient in light armor and simple weapons. Their saving throw proficiencies are wisdom and charisma, and for their skills you choose 2 from arcana, deception, history, intimidation, investigation, nature, and religion. The wizard. Wizards are supreme magic users, defined and united as a class by the spells they cast. Drawing on the subtle weave of magic that permeates the cosmos, wizards cast spells of explosive fire, arcing lightning, subtle deception, and brute force mind control. Their magic conjures monsters from other planes of existence, glimpses the future, or turns slain foes into zombies. Their mightiest spells change one substance into another, call meteors down from the sky, or open portals to other worlds. As a wizard, you will have a spellbook containing the spells you will be able to use. The list of spells will grow substantially as you progress in the game and gain new levels of knowledge. As a wizard, you will be able to learn the most spells out of any class by far, but you will still be limited by the amount you can prepare each day. Upon reaching level 2, it may or may not be level 2 in Baldur's Gate 3, you will then choose an arcane tradition which will shape your practice of magic through one of the 8 schools: abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, or transmutation. The wizard has no proficiency in armor, but is proficient in daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. Their saving throw proficiencies are intelligence and wisdom, and for their skills you choose 2 from arcana, history, insight, investigation, medicine, and religion. And those are the 12 playable classes that will be available in Baldur's Gate 3. There could end up being more, but these 12 are guaranteed, and I'm assuming at official launch these will be the only classes. Some things are subject to change regarding the classes, but this is most definitely the basics for how each class will generally be in Baldur's Gate 3. In early access for Baldur's Gate 3, there will be only 6 classes: Fighter, Wizard, Rogue, Ranger, Cleric, and Warlock. Stay tuned, guys, for there's still so much to talk about regarding the classes, and I have a lot of plans for doing many more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's a huge help to my videos. I do all sorts of videos on this channel, ranging from comedy videos to live streams to game tutorials to game reviews to product reviews, and it'd be great to see some of you guys on a future video. Until next time.